Okay, whew. Entrant 41. From Korbald Dresden, who asks, do you enjoy interacting with your viewers? What are the standards, if any, you hold other Let's Players and yourself to? Now, if I didn't enjoy interacting with my viewers, then I wouldn't have continued to do this hobby, let alone spend hours of my time frying all of this bacon. Now, when it comes to standards, as with everything else in my life, I measure this hobby with the following question. Is this worth my time? So what's worth my time? First take live commentary, that's what I like to watch, so that's what I do. Minimal cutting, these aren't game reviews. I'm playing a fucking game, and edits to remove the content of that action are disingenuous. Sorry about that, I had an epiphany there. Yep. Let's be smart about this. Starters, I don't want to completely babysit this area. You'll notice that was a full heal. I'm gonna sell some magic blockades that I have over here on this side and hope basically like an ogre or a lot of monsters just don't stomp this way. Because I don't think these have seen a whole lot of action. They've been damaged a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and build an ensnare R over there. While I'm thinking about it. So, yeah, I'm playing a fucking game, and edits to remove the content of that action are disingenuous. I don't insult your intelligence by incessantly reminding you to rate, comment, subscribe. I don't insult your willpower by artificially staggering my upload rate, although I do hold back with tabletop RPG videos as a courtesy, and I have been known to do it with my general videos when I want to be a dick. You know, and create, like, artificial cliffhangers. But for the most part, I dislike it. I have to keep a backlog of content. Excuse me. This was meant to be with a sarcastic voice. This is a disadvantage to doing, like, an outline thing. I have to keep a backlog of content in case there's a dry moment. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? God, heaven fucking forbid you never upload a video for a day, a week, or a month. That's too far away from the fucking the buff beam. I don't give a fuck. That'll be fine. We'll just repair you. Repair you too. This used to be my main. He has like a birthday party hat on. He's silly. Yeah, I figured that right side would be the one that would trouble me the most. And then, if it wasn't for those fucking buff beams, I'd be fucking eviscerated over there. I'll keep this guy out for a little bit until it's time to start the wave. Yeah, God, heaven fucking forbid you never upload a video for a day, or a week, or a month even. Then people would forget about you. You have to maximize your views, man, and stay in the hearts of everyone. Because it's better to keep up the illusion that your comments actually matter on the video recorded a month ago, when you've only published it a day ago. Might as well upgrade this too, I guess. Waste a little bit of mana, I'll get over it. I recognize there are some viewers who maybe have 15, 30, perhaps an hour worth of time at best in which to watch a video, and they might have numerous subscriptions, so they can only watch so much content from a particular individual, so they earnestly feel comfortable with just that one video per day, or hell, maybe just a few videos per week. There are also many folks who want the edits to happen, who dislike seeing the guts of a game, who have no interest in hearing the player's decision-making. And there are people who, try as they might, are so vacuous that they can't remember the options they have. Not only can you comment on a video and share it with your friends, but you can also like it, favorite it, and subscribe to me through it. Fucking seriously. So yeah, everyone I watch gets held up to the same standard as I do. Is this worth my time? What do I enjoy most? First take live commentary with minimal cutting from someone who knows how to play the game better than I do, who contributes to the game experience and who has a grasp on the technical issues of doing this hobby. So basically not me. As for everyone I don't watch, I don't give a fuck because they're not a part of my life. Entrant 42 comes from In11In12, who asks, how should I dispose of all these freaking corpses? And 2, what's the best foot cream? Trash to electricity incinerator. And I don't have an educated opinion on foot cream, ask someone else. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at this alright work. It won't affect the poison immunes, but that definitely slowed down their fucking trucking considerably. Because these monsters move so goddamn fast now after a while. Yeah. And I don't have an educated opinion on foot cream. I don't use foot cream. Ask someone else. Entrant 43 comes from Bromana, one who says, I asked this of Lethal, so I'm going to ask you as well. What is your recording setup, both hardware and software? What are your thoughts on posting D&D and other tabletop RPG sessions on the internet? A few people that I follow also do it on their channels or upload audio to iTunes. I have a powerful desktop I purchased earlier this year, the first computer I've ever owned that has both the power to play... Oh god. The ogre ended up on this wave, this lane. We got a problem. You need to die. You need to die. And that's with a nearly 400k damage from the fucking, Deadly Striker Tower at work there. I think that's definitely saved this lane, though. I think that was worth it so long as, shit over on the left side where I removed those magic blockades doesn't fall apart, which is good. I have a powerful desktop I purchased earlier this year, the first computer I've ever owned that has both the power to play high-end video games and record them. I use a blue Yeti microphone with a cheap pop filter attached to a stand. I have an aerodynamic Plantronics headset, which I still think looks weird. It was a Christmas gift back in 2011 from folks who don't really use headsets. If you want to see actually pictures of me using that headset, I don't feel like activating my webcam just yet for particular questions. But you can definitely watch some of the Let's Get On With It live stuff I've done of late, like the Super Amazing Wagon Adventure, because I've had like a little camera on that shoots off that stuff. Surprised the kobolds haven't been able to glide to kill me from this lane here. This is another particularly vulnerable lane in my opinion. You see there, they're getting right next to... Oh god damn it. What have I just done? What have I done? What have I done? What have I fucking done? God damn it, Grimith. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh, you're surprised, are you? Good news! Son of a bitch. Comedic timing. Yeah. I still got my bad head. I just woke up like a half hour before I started this. Yeah, so Plantronics headset, which I still think looks weird. I got it as a Christmas gift back in 2011 for folks who don't really use headsets. For the face cam stuff, I began doing again earlier this month. I purchased a 1080p Logitech webcam. I think it's a C615, something like that. I don't do technical specs. Software-wise, I use Bandicam to record videos, Camtasia Studio 8 for video editing and processing, and Open Broadcaster software to stream on Twitch. That's a summary of the setup. When it comes to electronics, I'm not a detail-oriented guy. You're better off asking someone like Lethal. Concerning tabletop games, I obviously have a positive opinion because, well, I do it. Tabletop gaming is another hobby I love, and it's similar enough to video games that I felt like combining the two. I haven't recorded every tabletop I've played over the past 3.5 years, but as my technical understanding and hardware have improved, sharing my experiences has become more convenient. Obviously, watching someone play a tabletop RPG is a small niche of my viewer base, but if I did this hobby for the viewers and not myself, I'd be doing it wrong. I have watched and listened to some folks play tabletop games throughout my life, too. My favorite right now is Caliber, formerly Snapwave, a fellow hobbyist and half the namesake of Team Get Waved, the group I participate with during extra live events. That's Caliber. Y-W-H-Y, Caliber. Not burr, burr. If you can hear that distinction, you're doing a good job. I could be like showing like pop-ups and screens and give you links, but fuck you. You're not gonna put forth the fucking time to like trying to sound out the name or search for the name or look at folks I did Extra Life 2013 with, and I can't fucking help His group, his tabletop group, is more lighthearted and less experienced than I'm accustomed to, but they're still enjoyable, particularly when they play systems with which I'm unfamiliar. The less I know of them, the less angry I can be. I might just keep fucking rebuilding these goddamn blockades, because I'm not sure what I want to spare here. I could always just have them at level 4, and then stand up here in the north, and then shoot these up to level 5 whenever the Kobold Menace comes. I don't have a whole lot I feel comfortable about sparing, because I don't have any more of those silly blockades. You'd be getting into me having to remove defenses from one of these. I haven't had a single problem with wyverns, which, you know, that is fucking ideal, because I can't deal with those fucking wyverns. So this setup has actually worked gorgeous. I might just upgrade those blockades to level 4 over there, then stand around, and then when they get to level 5, deal with it then. We'll see. Yeah, his group is more lighthearted than mine are, and when I watch him play systems that I don't know, it's much easier for me to handle. Entrant 44 comes from icanrememberthis, who writes, "Holy F and the A, you look much more average in the good sense, without the maxi beard." Question 1, how much bacon are we talking? Question 2, would you ever use an iPhone as your primary mobile phone? Average in the good sense? What does that mean? Do you think I look scarier or less approachable with a neck beard? You know, that big, you know, wild, uncouth motherfucker? I don't like to call it a neck beard, because I mean, sure, there's hair on the neck, but there's hair on other parts, too. I'm a man, baby! Perhaps uglier would be the proper word of what you were looking for. At any rate, about bacon, you get 2 slices at most. Not exciting. You'll have to get some more in your own time. As for an iPhone, well, I could see situations where I might have to use a device like that, but for now I'll stick to my pay-as-I-go track phone that I've owned for over 4 years. Entrant 45 is TheMegaSuperPickle, who writes in, "Do you believe in the multiverse theory? The theory that there are other universes out there other than..." I guess I can remove, like, a deadly striker tower? The fucking shit. I should probably check those barriers over there just to make sure that everything's okay. I mean, the ensnarers are great, and they can serve in lieu of a barrier in certain instances, but I don't want to actually threaten I don't want my towers to be threatened at all. Because, you know, on account of them being the damage dealers, although, you know, the archers could take a little bit on the chin for them. Just concern. You know, this little lazy setup of mine, I guess wasn't that lazy, but it's worked so well. Why jinx it? Do you believe in the multiverse theory? The theory that there are other universes out there other than the one we currently reside? Why or why not? 2, if you could be any historical figure, who would you be and why? No, I don't believe in the multiverse theory. I don't have an educated opinion on the subject, and I don't think it's a topic which impacts my life. Particularly since I have no interest in it. Whether there's one universe or an infinite plethora of them means little to me, although comic book writers might feel vindicated. As for a historical figure, I'm going to be boring here and say none. I admittedly would be interested in being any number of people, if only so that I could do an analysis of how events change and result in making a different decision, but honestly, it's hard to say what actually happened historically, particularly as you dip back further in time. Historical accounts can be unreliable. Not only do victors write the history books, but so much information has been carelessly lost or intentionally destroyed over time. Maybe I could become someone who could actually save the Great Library of Alexandria without any of its contents being destroyed. You know, an event that's said to have set human technology and advancement back several hundred years, coupled with the fall of the Roman Empire. That'd be cool, but otherwise, I'd prefer to remain myself. Entrant 46 comes from Mechanical Unicorn, who writes, "Why did I always imagine you with a huge bushy beard? Capital D, colon. Perhaps you saw an earlier video of mine which depicted me having a beard and construed this to mean that I always have one. Alternatively, you're dumb. The two. Entrant 47 comes from Roka. Oh great, ogres in this way. My favorite. I love them. Go ahead and upgrade the mage minion here. Just to spend some mana we're accumulating. You guys create another bank of mana, through which I'm going to watch these magic blockades. Roka, who writes, Grimmy, what is your favorite Doritos Locos Taco? 2, will you make a baby with me? I've never had a Doritos Locos Taco, so I have no preference. However, I would rather not make a baby with you, stranger from the internet. Entrant 48 comes from Yoav 116, who writes, what is your profession? I'm really interested... What is your profession, rather? Probably not as excited as I said it. I'm really interested to know for some reason. No need for too much detail. You can be as generic as you like. 2, what's your favorite story? It can be a book, game, etc. I can be as generic as I like with this answer. Alright. Grimith, what is your profession? Oh! 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 As for my favorite story, it'd have to be the first book I ever learned how to read all the way through. Are You My Mother? Entrant 49 comes from Bendito Rios, who writes, what do you think is the meaning of life? 2, how many women have you conquered? The meaning of life? All we are is dust in the wind. Of course I fucking stand here, and kobolds don't give me any shit. So what the fuck? I think it was just a random, a freak occurrence, I guess. Final. It's the final way. Oh god. Too much fun. Only 71 wyverns and a single ogre. Man, pure strategy mode. Oh my goodness. You know, this might have taken a lot of time, but 10 million experience, you know. It wasn't so bad. I didn't really get much of anything out of the fucking squirrel, but, hey. Minimal effort. Well, I'll get that fucking, giraffe on a treadmill, too, so that might be something I'm interested in. Benito Rios, writes, what do you think is the meaning of life and how many women have you conquered? The meaning of life? All we are is dust in the wind, dude. Also, I have a hard enough time conquering barbarians. I'm certainly not going to try and conquer women. I don't have a death wish. Entrant 50 comes from Glodbrand468, hello, who writes, what was your all-time favorite video game to play the first time through, whether you finished or not, and why? 2, do you have any plans in the works for another game with Lethal on YouTube, and if so, which game? My all-time favorite video game to play the first time through. These most favorite, least favorite, any favorite questions always get me. It's not that I'm indecisive. I'm just mercurial. They're similar. I can make decisions. I'm capable of making decisions. It's just that they change. My favorites can and have changed almost on a whim as my outlook on life shifts. Once I stopped being a kid, I never felt so passionate about a game that I thought I absolutely needed to play it, and that's the judgment criteria here. Because if it's the absolute best, then it needs to be something that I wanted to run home and keep playing. The only answer I feel that matched the criteria of the question is the one game that really captured my heart, that challenged my mind while expanding my creativity. Also, looking a little rough here around the edges. We do not have another chest in play. I can wait to upgrade that to a level 5. I'll do that, I guess. Alright. So yeah. The SNES port of SimCity really meant so much to me as a kid, and that's not even a game you can go through, as opposed to, say, RPG. And I don't have any epic dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun music here, unfortunately. Really a game, you can go through, as opposed to, say, an RPG, or really a game that's not a sandbox. I've mentioned it several times throughout my videos. I drew cities on construction paper, I had cards from a SimCity trading card game. It's the first game I ever bought after saving up my hard-earned money, and I can remember how much it cost. there are several photographs with me reading the instruction manual on how delighted I was to play the game. Every now and then, someone asks me about a sandbox game, and I say that, while I appreciate the sentiment and the thoughtfulness behind it, I already had my sandbox game. I easily rented that game from the store more times than any other. More than Cement, more than Shadowrun, more than Pirate's Gold. I love the freeform nature of the game. I loved its lightheartedness, how it caught the eye of a little kid like me who wasn't even out of first grade. That was such amazing design to make the game so accessible to kids, rather. I really don't think I could gush about it enough, so I'm just gonna stop. As for more games with Lethal, since you asked that question, we did one. Sanitarium, Beneath the Steel Sky, and Phantasmagoria. I've got an idea for what we'll be playing next too, but heaven forbid I fumble that. 51 comes from Crossawood, who has been a long-time viewer of mine. I recognize that name. Who asks, what is your favorite tabletop system? What is your least favorite tabletop system? I have a soft spot. This is the nostalgia talking for Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition. It's the first tabletop RPG I ever saw, watching my brother and his friends play back in 1985. No matter the mechanics, which seem absurd nowadays, you know, THAC0, and the armor class ratings that went from 10 worst to -10 best, and the crazy-ass system of how saving throws were determined, and so forth. The system is powered by nostalgia in my mind, of late nights spent reading my brother's books and buying a few of my own with my hard-saved money. I had a ninja handbook until I lost it after leaving it in a bowling alley one day. Very sad loss. As for least favorite, I don't think there is a tabletop system I've resented so much as to actually hate it. If I don't find it interesting, then I don't play it. Sure, you've got the old standbys. There's Fatal, or Rifts. Fuck Rifts. I will say that as of late, though, I found the old World of Darkness to be extremely lacking. You would be hard-pressed to talk me into playing another White Wolf tabletop system ever. You know, unless I change my mind, which has happened, but for now, that's the best I've got. Also, looks like we got this. Alright! Yeah! Giraffe on treadmill. Woot woot! Let's look at this son of a bitch. First off, we'll look at our Spanky here that we got, who only has 146 upgrade levels. He's a disappointing one. The giraffe on a treadmill only has 73 upgrade levels. I mean, we start off with some okay, you know, values there. That is dissatisfactory. And I know Arsuda's final creation is not even going to even be worth my fucking time to look at at all. So yeah, the rewards for pure strategy. Because you aren't going to get items, and you aren't going to get a whole lot of experience as fast. But I didn't have to apply myself. That's a thing. Overly much. So yeah, that's the best I got in regards to tabletop system. You know, 2 hours. I was going to answer questions anyway. It's fine. It's fine. Loot, not useful. 3,048. Okay. Entrant 52 comes from Bormac, who writes... Hold on. That's a spider on my wall. Ugh! Oh, my wall's about to get another fucking smear. Oh no. You're not escaping from me. I didn't actually grab him with the paper towel. I crushed his body and then he fell without leaving a smear onto the carpet below. Oh well. I'll vacuum that later. Oh. Oh. Bormac writes, oh boy, I saw this in time to actually participate this year. Fun stuff. You're currently on your run-through of System Shock 2. That's a game I enjoyed very much. Did you ever play System Shock 1? Any opinions on it? Or chances of a playthrough at some point? It's a seldom seen game. 2. Who would win in a fight, a dragon or a griffin? Both being accomplished spellcasters, of course. Say the dragon went for the obvious fire magic, while the griffin gets to play with lightning. Folks, I don't think Bormac knows how to count. I mean, I guess I can understand. He's too busy recording himself playing games like Doom the Rouge-like. Yes, poor Mac. He misspelled that title on numerous occasions. Why you do that? So he doesn't know how 2 questions work. Rev can't understood, man. Be like Rev. I like System Shock. I didn't play it until after I'd first played the second one. At least I don't think I did. I could be wrong. I think System Shock is more of a dick game, befitting the earlier time period in which it had been released. System Shock 2 is more user-friendly. There are fuck you moments, but they aren't of the, hey, you just turned yourself into a cyborg, or blew up Earth by accident, congratulations variety. As for chances of a playthrough, I'd say they are somewhere above 0. And there's your 2 strips of bacon. Before I go on to the head crab farmer's entrant, I'm gonna take some time here to buy an XP bonus. And I suppose get on with the next map. What map do I feel like playing? One that requires minimal effort, so again, that'd be another pure strategy one, so I wouldn't even have to worry about that. I guess we can do the summit. And we might as well start from the fucking beginning of it, because we're gonna be there for a while, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Whatever. And this is on pure strategy, alright, just making sure. Yes, beware the wyverns. I will do just that. So I'm not doing this for loot, just want to have something running in the background while I answer questions that requires minimal thought from me. And doing actual survival would take a lot more effort and focus on Nightmare, because of all the other bad shit that come to get me, like the Goblin Copters. I can't answer questions and do Goblin Copters at the same time. That's not happening. So we'll go ahead and get set up here first, before I go into answering any more questions. So, everyone take 5. That's right, take 5. We'll set up, some blockades. Cheap and simple. I do like spike blockades, but, they just consume 3 defense units, and, these only consume up 1. And while they have significantly less health, they do remove elemental immunities. And some of the monsters, particularly the ogres, are so derp that they actually fail to attack these small blockades. It like comes up to his like a fucking gun, like he can't see it or some shit. He's so locked on the towers that are behind it that the ogre gets confused. The Dark Elf Warriors, though, can tear these the fuck up. And before I got the Series EV, I'd actually put proximity mine traps beneath them. They can do that to a slower extent with, Now, do I want to put the blockade there? Do I want to put that further out? I guess I'll keep it there. That'll work. It'll do, pig. And I mean, I'll have to deal with problems of, well, no, this is pure strategy. I won't have to worry so much about ogres fucking standing here and hitting the goddamn crystal, or even standing here and hitting the goddamn crystal. I think we'll be fine. If we're not, fuck. That's my opinion on the matter. Fuck. There was a train of thought there, and I completely fucking lost it, and I realized that I completely lost it. Okay. So, lazy defense requires, well, first off, I need to measure out something here. For that, I'm gonna need you, Series EV. How the fuck far does one of these tower buff beams go? So I can put it there, and I can draw it all the way there. Alright. That'll do. That'll do. So, I have a variety of deadly striker towers, obviously. But I do also want some of these. Now, is that boosting that? It is. Sweet. And then, I want you to cover this angle, because that's important. I want you to cover this angle, because that's important. That's 3. That's 3. I want you to cover this angle. because that's important. Obviously, we're going to be needing that. Then you can take care of this. And then finally, the creme de creme. We can put a son of a bitch right there. That is 7 boosted towers. That's beautiful. I consumed that with all my defenses, consumed 72 of my defense units. I'll place lesser defenses over here. I'll place like I don't have any of my deadly striker towers pointing back that way. That's actually a good point. I usually do that for like ogres and stuff. Make sure that one's pointing back there. Now I'll have to find the fucking sweet spot. God damn it. It's like, I fit it in there before! Good luck fitting it in there again, asshole! Oh, goddamn. Yeah, that shit's never happened to me before. Yeah, we'll, I usually do a better job of protecting from potential wyvern shit. Yeah. I'll actually leave this where it was focused. Sorry, everyone. I will continue with the questions. Just, I like to try new things. From time to time. Mentioned that before. And, something like that. And I want to protect this top side. Usually it's the bottom side that I have to worry about. But, you know, have some fun. That should be a good enough range. Surely Arc in there and play. And, for this side for now, we'll just have, 2 magic missile towers. Which should be good enough. I hope. Ooh. And hopefully, lightning towers can take care of any bastards who might come to get me. The wyverns. We'll see! Okay. Entrant 53 comes from the head crab farmer who asks, do you think you'll play any more games in the style of Hidden Agenda? Any game where you are in a governing position seems to pique my interest. Talking about governing. Question 2 is Viceroy of Get Fucked. How will you piss off the liberals? Or piss of the liberals, he wrote. I'll certainly play and continue to enjoy games which place me in a governing position. I like strategy simulations. I'll probably even record a few more. When? Can't say. I don't like to command, you know. Remember, future politician here. I will, of course, one day initiate a constitutional amendment which will get me appointed as the United States official Viceroy of Get Fucked. And I will piss off the liberals by making pregnancy illegal. True facts. I like those boosted Deadly Striker towers there because on this particular map, I tend to have like orcs and spiders that'll get caught up here where no one can reach them, and then over here on that side. Well, boosted ones I'm not so used to, so hopefully they'll be able to reach, but I would like to avoid having to spend like several minutes between waves just waiting for stuck monsters to despawn. That'd be nice. So yeah, I'll certainly piss off liberals by making pregnancy illegal. 54 is from Das Master 1, who writes, if bacon is equal to the answer, then does that mean that theoretically the answer to life, the universe, and everything is not 42 but in fact bacon? If that is the case, what does that say about us living in said universe? No. Lionheart 1983 is the next entrant, number 55. He writes, have you made a LGWI you felt disappointed with? Either with the game just being bad, or you felt the commentary you provided for it was not up to a standard you felt good with, and then decided to not upload it. 2. Which future LGWI are you looking forward to doing most? I've had some failed ones over the years. StarCraft because of my father's near-death experience, although due to a rewarding the rewarders request I got it all done. Alter Ego, and one of my S-Max series. I actually finished, but didn't upload the videos before I fell down a flight of stairs at the computer. Total Recall because, well, Total Recall. I beat Civil War Generals 2 so fucking hard that I got bored of it and refused to spend any more time with that game. I'd say the biggest disappointment, though, has been Titans of Steel. I really liked the game as a teenager, but I exceeded the limit on what I could make look and sound interesting both to myself and to my viewers. I forgot how much intelligence I needed while playing the game, focus and thought that gets consumed by live commentary, and significant separation from the game. I went with some silly designs, and the AI promptly kicked me in the face. I would have been better off just playing a round of the game and showing it to people, rather than trying to make an entire series of it. As for future adventures, there's one of the rewarding the Rewarders 2013 to 21X list, Expeditions Conquistador. I have stayed away from that game and kept myself in the dark about its nuts and bolts. I'm really looking forward to playing it. Okay. Before I get on to the next one, which is 56, and this one's a pretty involved one, which is actually going to, pretty sure this is the one that's going to put me out of the game for a little bit, because I need to answer this question. Now, I have problems with wyverns spawning along these angles, as well as coming down here from the south. I might just draw another line of fun here. My concern is that the fireball towers are going to do nothing more than hit the walls, so I've done lines across here before in the past. Let's think about some stuff here. Again, I like to play with my setups on most maps. Just play around, experiment, and have a good time. Gonna have a bad time. Alright, you can go over here. That's a full 6. Okay. So I need to measure out the exact point where I can place a tower along that line. So, grab you back out. And something like there. Okay. So that'll be fine. And I'll do that over on this side as well. Right there. Okay. Okay. Fireball tower. I'm going to go ahead and place that here. I have another fireball tower. Placed over there. Good thing spiders didn't really come back to bite these towers in the... Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's a good point. Oof. That could have been uglier. I usually do a better job of safeguarding them by, like, reverse directioning Deadly Striker towers. I also didn't build a fucking blockade over here. Over here? There is. Oh, well. Mistakes get made sometimes. You know how it goes, folks, right? Right? Right. Drop mana. Let's go ahead and build our lengthy fucking buff beams here. I don't think I'm gonna need a reflection beam here. Does that buff all 3? Well, let's find out. Yeah, that's buffed. So make sure one more time. Alright. Especially when compared to that. It's definitely buffed. Alright, good. I'm probably going to put some ensnare auras over here. Is that buffed? Yeah, that's buffed. Alright, good. Ensnare auras. And I might put some extra towers along those lines. I could make those tower buff beams smaller that I just drew. But that would take effort. I'm lazy. Lazy Grimith. It's never happened. Never. Alright, let's go ahead and put it there. So it actually, probably won't really touch that outskirt area there, but it could. Slow them down a little bit on their approach up. There too. I don't think I'll focus too much on putting strength drain auras down though. I don't think that'll be a thing. I'll put over some more auras to cover those 2 angles. Obviously I want to cover this angle. from approach. And, this angle, too. Alright. And yeah, I really will get to the question. I just want to use all the mana here so that, I can spend more time answering questions, in between. And this is a pretty involved one. I'm going to be showing pictures and everything. Going to be going out of the game. Serious business. You can look forward to that. It's from, it's number 56, and it's from Knight4745, who asks, what political party do you lean towards most of the time? That's actually not the one I was thinking about, but it'll still be involved. And why do you lean towards said political party? I have 16 defense units left. I could build 2 more deadly striker tower. That's a thought, yeah. Lazy Grimith. Lazy Grimith, Lazy Grimith. Put that son of a bitch right here. Have him look out this way? Yeah, it's good. And then you have this one go right here, and then you have him look out this way. Good. That uses all of those, and then I have to lay down some fucking archers. Ho! Of course, I don't think I'm going to get a full 20 questions in this video. Although I'm pretty close. Well, not 20 questions, but 20 entrants. What political party do you lean towards most of the time, and why do you lean towards said political party? I guess we'll get started with it now. Let's see. I've participated in 4 election years. 06, 08, 10, and 12. As I noted in an earlier question, I strongly dislike the 2-party system, and I don't vote on party lines. Instead, I try to observe the leanings of each candidate, and deduce what I think is the best choice, not just for me, but for my city, /state, /country, /world. Thus far, I've supported more Democrats than I have Republicans. Let alone any third-party pick. But the numbers have been close. Hell, my decisions have sometimes been close. Take the presidential election last year. I thought the incumbent and the challenger were too fucking similar. Like we were actually in a one-party system here. Barack Obama was an easy pick for me in 08, because for all the derpitude of Joe Biden, the Republicans decided to one-up the completion. The competition was Sarah Palin. Last year, I remember just staring blankly at the screen, or staring blankly at some political ads, rather, and going, the fuck? I'm not alone on this attitude either. You can consult many other savvy opinions from better educated folk, who do an excellent job of explaining how politically similar Obama and Romney are. It was so bad I actually went looking for the near-impossible third-party candidate, and I really like Jill Stein, the Green Party nominee. But for those of you living in the United States, remember to do your research on local officials. Don't just participate in the presidential elections, where your vote really doesn't matter there anyway unless you're living in a swing state. The POTUS is not to blame for the major renovations happening in your city along your preferred route to work that have been dragging for 4 years now and won't be completed theoretically for another 4. Besides, we're still under the burden of an obsolete electoral college system, so all of our votes are devalued for the President of the United States. Yeah, I thought that one was another question later on. I remember that will be pretty fucking involved. And entrant 57 comes from the Catfish. Yeah, the Catfish plays. 2 questions here. 1 comment leaves. Excuse me. 2 questions enter, 1 comment leaves. How many souls do you harvest on Grimith on average? Will you submit to my great wall and accept the barbarian scum? Love it, Huckles. He and I just spoke yesterday, too. First question, not enough. Second question, your barbarian mercenaries cannot thwart me, Catfish. Why? Because I'll throw the cheese! Oops. I made a mistake. Video then is entrant number 58. He asks, or she, the masculine pronoun is what was taught to me so extensively in school, and it's easier to say than she, so I'll go with that. A video then asks, have you ever played Empire Earth? Personally, it's one of my favorite games out there. And which song in your music collection have you listened most to? Whilst working or driving or whatever. I think I may have played Empire Earth before. For at least a few hours, but I honestly, right on the spot, couldn't tell you any qualitative feature about the game, so it evidently didn't leave enough of an impression on me, or maybe I just wasn't in the mood for that game, or I might be completely mistaken. I've played thousands of games. It's hard to remember them all. As for the song, there's no contest. Let's go ahead and switch back to our character here to boost the strength of my apprentice towers, which are my primary form of defense. Without exaggeration, over the past decade, across numerous computers which I had set up... No. I accidentally clicked on something while I was going over to my notepad to scroll over. I clicked on something else, which I'd set up via programs to count the number of times I played this track. The song has been played a minimum of 100,000 times. It's a Chrono Trigger remix from Overclock Remix, entitled Ruined World, Eternal Derelict, remixed by Children of the Monkey Machine. You know what? I'm actually feeling so generous right now, and we got to set up here. I'm going to pull up a browser. Let's see, remix.org. Artist Children of the Monkey Machine. Yep. That's who I'm after. Remixes. Where are you at? There you are. Let me resize that to a convenient enough window for you guys to look at. And then I will add window capture browser. And there we go. Chrono Trigger, Ruined World, Eternal Derelict. It's played a minimum of 100,000 times. I haven't listened to it much this year, but there's no other song that even comes close to how much this thing accompanied me. And I probably would have played it more had I lived alone my freshman year in college. Before I went to college, I liked to play music while I slept. I'm no music expert, so I don't think I can do the description justice, but seriously, there's nothing in my library that even comes close to how much this track accompanied me. And there's a website link up there yourself. You can type that in, or you can just look. You can do it. I believe in you. Question 59, or rather entrant 59, comes from Daladon, who writes, as a history teacher, what did you major in college? Any specific time period or subject? What is the most requested game that you haven't done, / will not do? From what I understand, Civ 4 is often requested, but it's still something you haven't done. For starters, I'm not a history teacher, but I did major in history. I didn't pick a focus, although it was suggested I do so. Instead, I went where the openings took me. United States history is an absolute given, and I think I can do a decent job of teaching a myriad of aspects of that to students, despite not having been in a classroom for several years. Outside of American history, I received extensive education on Europe from the 15th century to the present day. Monarchs, major cities, various events, royal relations, and so forth. In particular, I had an entire class devoted to the French Revolution, as well as a class devoted extensively to European urbanization. I also had a course covering the rise and fall of the Ottoman Empire, another detailing the Middle East from the 1800s to present day, and another covering the French colonization of North Africa. But, for obvious reasons, I know more about American history than any other. My senior seminar class was a women's study group, thank you, advisor, who was my professor for that, and my thesis documented extensively why the Equal Rights Amendment failed not just in South Carolina, but in the United States. In my freshman year, I wrote a paper delving into the horrors and tribulations of Native Americans in the late 1800s. There was another researching the impact of the Lewis and Clark expedition on our country. That was my junior year. Back in the spring semester of my freshman year, I had an absolutely beautiful piece, one of my favorites, on how Batman and Superman pushed American consumerism during the 1940s and 50s. That might be my most favorite research essay I've ever written. There are others, but I've gotten off on a tangent. The point is that I'm not a teacher, but I am well read. As for requested game, I assume you accidentally wrote Civilization 4, because I've certainly recorded a lot of it. You can't even say Civilization 5 nowadays. I started broadcasting it during Extra Life 2013, although I still find the game to be the most disappointing one I've ever played my entire adult life. The answer to your question is probably Dwarf Fortress, but I don't keep a close count. And, oops, I pulled out the wrong fucking hero, and I just realized it. Entrant 60 here, who will be the final one for this video, writes, I guess I'm doing these by 20s, in which case I'm gonna need to do a lot more fucking videos since there's 240 of these! 180 more. Need bacon! Good name, good name. Who writes, what's your relationship with Jeff like nowadays? Also opinions on Google Plus, since it wants to force that down our throats. Jeff and I shared some sentences this month on the Voltron Army TeamSpeak, but he has his own interest and I have mine. Concerning Google Plus, obviously the Google overlords wish to promote their social networking service. As YouTube is free to use, you can easily take your time to another video website, of course. You can also straight up watch videos and just not comment. Hell, even if you do get a Google Plus account, it's not like you have to use the son of a bitch. A capitalist corporation is attempting to improve multiple services by joining them together. Why wouldn't they desire to improve their business? I don't think they did, but you know I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm going to address this question more later on, because as it turns out, there were a few other folks who wanted to know more. I figured I'd save the question until later. You know, the good stuff for later. Do I want to lay down another one of you? Sure, I'll put you in the middle. Bunky in the middle. There we go. That'll be fine. Not exactly most effective layout, but he's pretty. That's what we'll have to go with. Yeah. Why wouldn't they desire to improve their system? I don't think they did, but I'm obviously not an entrepreneur, and I'll be addressing this question a bit more as we get further on into this. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. We've gone through 60 entrants! We need to get to the number 240. So, hope you join me on those. Oh boy.